there's news on Monday or Tuesday morning, we're just skipping that. We don't. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. That's right. All right, everybody, here we go. Hey, I'm Rob Cesternino, back again to talk with you about the week's most interesting news stories for the week of October 29th, 2024, here on News AF.
If the story is buzzing like it's on crystal meth, it's about to be News AF. If the same old news makes you bored to death, it's time for some News AF. Actual, factual news.
Yeah, that's right. News AF here. It's Halloween week. Ooh, getting everybody ready to go here on another exciting week here with the News AF team. Of course, back with us, it's Father Nature, Pickleball's top influencer, Tyson Apostol.
Whoop, whoop. I am here. Pickleball's top influencer, yes. And just all-around cool guy. Yeah. I'm here. That's it. Weather's going to chill way down for Arizona right before Halloween. And
Perfect.
I think
some frost on the pumpkin.
Not that cold. We're finally in fall, though. So the highs will be in the mid 70s.
Yes. Okay.
Really
That's
perfect.
why you live in Arizona.
That's why
Right
we live
there.
in Arizona. This week is why we live in Arizona.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, this is heading into your favorite time of the year, right?
Yeah.
Of like getting
from now all the way until May, sometimes June, before it's unbearable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do they have a word for like people that live in like the Northeast that go to Florida? They call them like snowbirds. They go there for the winter. Do they have a word for people who like leave Arizona for the summer?
Yeah.
Come back?
Yeah, that's called snowbirds too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
It's
They
the
go
same word.
to the snow or
they go to the snow?
Oh, wait, no.
A reverse snowbird? You're saying like a reverse snowbird.
Yeah,
is that what you're asking?
Well, I guess I was wondering if they have a word for people who vacate Arizona. They call them snowbirds.
The people who vacate Arizona when it's hot are snowbirds. But if you're asking, what about someone who stays in the hot but then goes to the cold when it's when it gets nice here?
Those are called extremists.
Yeah,
you know, they also call them old people.
Mm-hmm.
People
the
who
snowbirds.
go to warmer climates when it's cold.
Yeah, we actually have some good friends that have 4 kids and they snowbird with their kids. So the kids go half of the school year in Wisconsin and half of the school year here in Arizona.
Wow.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, but it's
2 houses.
I wouldn't be opposed to it necessarily, but I think for the kids, their kids do great with it and they have all these friends from different places and it seems awesome. But like in my mind, I'm like, oh, that takes them out of their comfort so many times and this and that, but maybe it's better for them.
Maybe.
Yeah. Snowbird children.
Mix it up.
Seems like they're thriving.
Fire and ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe one day when I'm wealthier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Well, another guy who's thriving, it's Danny Bryson. Danny, how are you?
Thriving so hard.
Mm-hmm.
I stay here when it gets cold. I like the snow. I do wish that winter clothing technology would jump into the future and become warmer. Like something that just operates, that you can just on your phone, turn up the temperature of your gloves or it just like we're still using wool.
Yeah.
It's like 1,000 years old. We haven't really advanced. Oh, I guess we have waterproof membranes that trap your sweat and then make you cold.
Mm-hmm.
My issue,
come on, we're in the future.
My issue isn't even like, cold is uncomfortable, but it's more like driving is shitty. The getting in the car
exciting.
Sucks.
No, if you don't have a garage, I drive past all those cars in the morning that have been sitting
on the side of the road.
Those poor people.
Yeah.
But driving is exciting. Actually, I like driving in the snow. It's like a challenge. You're like, dude,
it is a challenge.
Get there without killing people or myself?
I used to agree with that, but now I'm just like, no.
Now you're emotionally fragile.
Well, I was like, I should just become mayor of Provo, Utah, and be like, we're heating all the roads. So no ice on any roads through the winter. It's going to cost $85 trillion. Taxes are going up.
Smart. I just wish that we had clothing that could transfer the heat from my hands, feet, and armpits to like my whole body better. like improve on the design I was given, right?
Mm-hmm.
My hands are super hot at the beginning of outdoor activity in the winter, like so hot. Like what a waste of time and energy to superheat my hands, only for them later to be frozen solid.
Sure.
So it's just kind of like, I love the winter. I
Yeah.
wouldn't mind maybe going to Arizona for a week when, in January, but I just need some improvements.
Yeah, I feel like you need like a suit made of like foil, Danny. I feel like that if you were cooking a turkey, I feel like that would be like, okay, there's hot spots. Like, okay, you got to vent it.
It's not breathable.
No, but maybe I can recirculate the water and drink it.
You're sweating. You're sweating anyways.
So much.
So
I should have collection pouches in my crotchal region that collect all my sweat, and then I sip from there. And then I have reflective tinfoil. I'm the loudest thing on the mountain, right? All that crinkling, but
like a spacesuit.
Yeah. Well, right. We have people in the vacuum of space floating around comfortably, I'm sure.
Drinking wine and
very comfortably.
Pooping in Ziploc bags. Yeah.
And here I am on a mountain on Earth, and my hands are cold.
Yeah.
Doesn't make need to redirect some resources.
Yeah. So you're blaming Elon Musk?
I'm blaming, NASA.
He hasn't figured it out yet. Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to do a special shout out to one of our listeners, Molly, posted a very touching post in our Facebook group talking about how the show is something that's helping her during a very hard time that she's going through. And so just want to take a quick moment and say that, we're thinking of you and, appreciate you telling us what's been going on. All right. And so
now be funny. Tyson, be funny right now.
I'm always
from here on out.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is a story that I saw this week, and I have to get Tyson's reaction to this because I think it involves a lot of things like in the Venn diagram of things that Tyson talks about. It's a story about public shaming.
Yep.
Perfect.
It's a story about American Airlines.
Ew.
Yeah.
Finest.
And also, people maybe not following the rules, which, Tyson doesn't really like. All right. So
I don't mind not following rules when it doesn't inconvenience everyone. Like there's usually when you don't follow the rules, there's some type of butterfly effect that goes on for the continuum of time.
Oh yeah, it creates chaos.
And so
wider spread chaos.
If there's a ridiculous rule that it's not doing that, then sure, break the rule. But if you don't have the foresight to know whether or not your rule breaking is going to blow out the entire synchronicity of time throughout eternity, then get the fuck out of here. Yeah, what do we got?
Yeah. So all right, American Airlines is cutting back on people that are boarding the plane with the wrong group and people who are, I don't know if it is doing anything to prevent people from like gathering around.
They claim it is. They claim it's eliminating gate lice, this new technology.
Gate lice. Okay, so this was a new term. I had never heard this before. They call, I guess, the airliner, and I guess not just American Airlines, but I guess this is like sort of like, if you really want to know what the airlines think about you, they call the people who gather around the gate lice.
By the way, they made us animals. It's their fault. They made us animals, then they complain about it.
Yeah, I'll tell you how they made us animals. They started charging
exactly.
They started charging for baggage. So once you charge for bags, then they're like, now you have limited overhead, but everybody's trying to just travel with an overhead because so you're cramming the biggest overhead you can, and then they get on and they're like, not enough room for all the overhead. So if you are in one of the later things, it might be best to check it. We'll check it for free up here. And you probably should. You should plan on packing your bag in a way that you can check it for free at the gate, probably. But nobody wants to do that. And I personally, I'm a quick traveler. So I don't like to check a bag. I like to carry them all on so that we can just exit without waiting 40 minutes for our luggage to show up.
That's a lot of overhead. So you need to hover near the gate to make sure you're first in line.
Tyson, I think they've got it all backwards. Okay. It should be free for me to check my bag.
Yes.
And I should have to pay to take a carry-on.
Yes.
Ah, good idea. I like that, Rob.
Yes.
They got the incentive structure all wrong.
They sure do. They sure do.
Big surprise.
And I
Right.
would pay to take my carry-on.
I would
because I
too.
want to get out of the airport quicker.
Yes, I'd pay $25 to carry my bag on every time.
Mm-hmm.
Allegiant
Yeah.
Airlines does do that, but they charge both. They charge to check a
Yeah,
bag.
you can't charge both.
You can't
That's
charge
just
both.
greedy.
And they charge more to check a bag than to carry one on.
Yeah.
But they under the seat in front of you is free. So you can carry a bag that jams in there. And then anything that you use above, you have to pay for. That should be
I
the
think that's
model.
fine.
And checking a bag should be free.
We fixed this whole thing.
Or
okay.
you get 10% off of your flight for checking bags and not carrying anything on.
Wow. Okay.
They've turned us into
all these are good
animals.
ideas.
And
Right.
you get to board first. If you don't
Yeah.
have a carry-on bag, you get to board first because you're just sitting
Ooh.
down instead of like fiddle-deeing with your bag while everybody's standing behind you, watching
So out
you
of
try to
control.
lift a 100-pound bag.
By the way,
100
that giant backpack that's the size of like the same
Mhm.
size as your wheelie bag. Now you've got
That's it.
two carry-on bags. You're not putting that in front of you under
Yeah.
the seat. Let's
Correct.
be realistic.
Yeah.
It's out of
Yeah.
control and it's their fault, and then they complain about it.
All right.
Yeah.
They call us gate lice, but they have come up with a system.
That's okay because you know what we call the airlines, right?
What?
Fucking
A-holes.
pieces of shit.
Way worse than gate lice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now they have new technology that, again, I don't know like where the technological advancement comes from.
They're flying 40-year-old planes. They are not.
Yeah.
They don't have technology.
So Tyson, if you try to board
Mhm.
earlier,
Mhm.
okay, and it will alert the gate agents with an audible sound if you try. Like don't they already have this?
They do. When
I
you
thought they
board,
did
they
when I
already
read
do.
this.
When you fling your thing over, it'll be like, "Oh, your group isn't boarding yet," and then you go to the end. The play is, and it's always been the play, is if you're group 4 and they say group 3 lines up, and then you as a group 4 just get on the back end of group 3,
Mhm.
knowing that they'll call group 4 as the dregs of group 3 get to.
Yeah, what they really
Mhm.
need is a giant hydraulic press that pushes you
Yeah.
out of the way if you try to board with the wrong ticket. It's like, nope, and then it pushes you,
No,
and then the next person moves
that
forward.
seems
So they're-
expensive. What they
oh,
need,
they've got billions of dollars from their checked bags.
you could with technology just have holding rooms or holding lines that you
Corrals.
scan.
Call them
Yeah,
corrals.
corrals that you scan, and it only lets you in when it's your group's turn to get into
Yeah.
that corral.
I think that there should be like a line of like, if you tried to board a different group than you are, then there's like a special like penalty box. Like, okay, now you're in the shamed like last
Now you got
people.
demoted to the back
Yeah.
end of your
Mhm.
group.
Yeah. Now I think it really depends on like what the audible alert is. Like, I feel like that's like, boom, like if it like that's nothing. If it's like gate lice
Much better.
detected, gate lice
Yeah.
detected, cheater.
That'll shame.
Yeah.
Mhm. Oh, I didn't know. I thought it was time for me thing.
Yeah.
I thought I was a service person.
And then, so what if you are, what if you board later? Do you get a reward like Amazon where they're like,
yeah.
you can get your package overnight for free?
What could the
or
reward be?
if you wait for 3 days to get
drink
your
voucher.
package,
Extra
you'll
snack?
you'll get $2 back on your, So Amazon does that. An extra snack or a voucher or something for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Board later, board at the end,
Yeah.
and you
Carrots
get,
and sticks.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, I will say, I saw somebody recently that could have sworn that they were in like zone 3. And they just got on the plane zone 1 and nothing happened.
Yeah, sometimes they don't care, but
Mhm.
that's like a risk that you have to
Yeah.
take.
I've
Is
taken
like
that risk
Mhm.
before.
gambling. Yeah, and it's like sometimes the gate agent is going to say something, and sometimes they just let you
They've
skirt.
like quiet quit anyway. Like, I don't.
Yeah, it's like
Whatever.
whatever. Everybody's going to get on here. It's one person.
Mhm. Yeah.
And then there's the family thing, and then there's the people who need extra time for whatever reason, and then so there's lots of different variables in here. I used to go through the first class check-in line to security because nobody from the airline was present. It was just TSA, and they didn't really check to see if you were first class or not on your ticket. They just run you through, but that's changed.
Okay.
So yeah, I think, I don't know. I don't think that that's really, it's the airline's fault. I'm blaming
really
the airlines.
is.
It's
Like,
not people. That's in people's human nature to want to get there first and to make sure they get their overhead. And like, they've all paid for their ticket. They're all
and
filling.
I've read several articles from people who criticize gate lice. There was just an article yesterday. It was in like Market Watch, and it was like, why do people gather in front of the gate and fight to get onto the plane early? I'm like, you must be a first class traveler only, because those people who are in the back are fighting for their lives to get their overhead bin space. Only a first class snob would write an article that is so devoid of like actually trying to think about the other person and what they're trying to do. Those are the only people who write those articles. Why is there gate lice? Everyone who sits in the back of the plane knows exactly why there is gate lice.
I love traveling with just a small backpack, overnight, whatever, and being able to get on the plane very last. I love that. I love the feeling. I love the zero stress. But if you got to carry on, you have to fight for your position, because the airline riles you up into thinking.
Yeah, right. They frothing at the mouth.
That
Like,
if you do not fight, there will be no space for you.
Then they say stuff like, "This is a very full flight," and you're like, I gotta get up there.
We're on a full flight. If you are in the last 19 zones, please check your bag. You can check it for free. Just get in this 80-person line up at the gate to check your bag, and then you can get in the other line.
Look, secret life hack: fill your bags with lithium batteries. Like, I've got so many batteries. There's no way I can do that.
Okay.
Have them all over, just like spilling out the top.
They won't check a lithium battery.
No, they won't.
Okay.
You can't have lithium batteries in those check-in bags.
Very smart.
There you go. Life hack. You're welcome.
Okay. I do like that. Very smart.
Tyson, they're rolling this out in your vicinity: Tucson International Airport, Albuquerque International Sunport. I like that they call this Sunport, not airport. And then Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport. That's where they're rolling out this plan.
Okay.
These are all tiny airports. We need them at big airports.
Yeah,
right?
but I think I would be very invested if I was flying American in one of those. Like, all right, who's getting publicly shamed?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't heard the noise yet, though, right?
We haven't seen it yet, so maybe it'll end up on TikTok or something after.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be much. I think the noise supposed to be loud enough for the entire
airport to hear?
Or they have not said what the noise is going to be or how loud it will be.
Because I think the agent already has like a meh, or like the flashes red on their screen. They're like, not yet, sir. And you're like, okay, but I know that 3 is already all the way boarded and 4 is us. So, and then they're like, oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
They're just making it worse. The airlines, no matter what they do, they're like the George Costanza of operations. Like everything they do just makes it worse.
They should do the opposite.
They should do the opposite of whatever thing they're thinking, and it would make life better for everyone.
Okay, well, this Thursday is Halloween, and so that there is a new report out on the most haunted cities in the United States of America, according to Tarot2, an online tarot reading platform.
That's where I get all of my supernatural news from.
Yes. Okay.
Salem, Massachusetts.
It's got to be.
Salem,
It's got to be an older.
No.
Boston
did not make the top 10. Boston is not in the top 10.
Seattle.
I guess number one.
You did?
Yes.
Is it obvious once we think of it?
I think so, probably.
I see it now. Okay, I see the list.
It's very obvious.
I guess maybe lots of witchcraft or.
Yeah.
I already said Salem.
No. New Orleans, number 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense because of the
a lot of
voodoo.
above ground.
Number 2 doesn't make any sense though to me.
Yeah, number 2 is Louisville, Kentucky.
What happened there that's so haunting?
That's
don't
where they
know.
make the baseball bats.
Oh,
A lot of people got
Louisville
clubbed to death with
Slugger,
Louisville
yeah.
Slugger. Louisville
Factories.
Slugger was the first serial killer in the United States.
Yeah.
hmm
And then they were like, this would work for baseball too.
Yeah. And then we really, hit the Midwest a little bit. Pittsburgh, Cleveland,
these-
Milwaukee.
Tickle my haunted bone.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
Other
Tucson.
than New Orleans.
Yeah. Haunted
one makes sense.
Tucson.
Tucson, is it the Old West hauntings?
Oh, maybe.
Probably? Yeah,
Maybe.
'cause it's an Old West
What's so
town.
scary
They should
about
publicly
Tucson?
shame the ghosts.
I
there.
have none of these. I haven't been to New Orleans, but I've been to all the others, and I never got haunted, not even one time.
Mm.
Did
America's
you say?
so boring for
Yeah.
hauntings anyway.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah, not old enough, not enough history, not enough blood soaked up
What
in the
about
ground.
like the skinwalkers?
Oh, I mean, you have that stuff, but still, people want spooky old buildings with weird histories.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
we just don't really have it.
Now, okay, Tyson, you
Yeah.
said Salem, Massachusetts is not one of the most haunted cities, but then I just clicked over to a different article about
Mhm.
the most haunted hotels in the United States.
Okay.
And the best places to visit. And they say that the best city in the United States for Halloween is Salem, Massachusetts.
There we
Okay.
go.
Very cool.
By the way,
Yeah.
all hotels are scary.
They all are all a
They're
little
so
creepy.
gross. So much
Yeah.
history. That's what I'm talking about. It all comes down to history and like human depravity, and that's
Yeah.
where they intersect our hotel rooms.
I went to a really creepy one in San Diego once,
Yeah.
and I was like, "This is surely haunted."
Yeah. Haunted San Diego is a thing also.
And
No, San Diego's not haunted.
Yeah. San Diego has a lot of haunted
Yeah.
hotels. Yeah.
yeah,
Why?
because people think they're haunted.
Well, I went to San Diego with my wife also,
Mhm.
and then after I had made the reservation, I had looked it up. I think that a friend of mine had mentioned like, "Oh, I think that the hotel is haunted," and
Yeah.
so I looked it up online, and I didn't want to tell my wife that
Yeah.
I had made a reservation.
It was
At a
probably
very
the
haunted
same
hotel.
hotel because it's
Probably
a
It was
nice
like
hotel.
Gas Lamp District.
Yes.
like yeah.
Gas lamp district.
I think it was called something like that, the Gaslamp Hotel or the some. I don't remember.
Yeah.
but
And so I think that there was, and my wife, I don't know if I've talked about this very often on the podcast. My wife is very tapped into.
wait, you have a wife?
Yes, yes. Very tapped into. My wife could tell you if places are haunted.
Yeah, she could. So did she when we got
Yeah,
there?
did
Well,
she
I didn't
sense
tell her while we were there, but then
Yeah,
after she was like,
Yeah,
I
you
was
were
like,
testing Howard.
I didn't want to tell you, like this place was haunted, and she
she
was
was like, I
basically
knew
like, I already knew.
No, yeah, but you can't do that. That's like
Can't do it
that-
in the after.
You can't do it after. Like
Yeah.
the best would be like take her somewhere haunted, see if she ever says anything. But you can't be like that was haunted, and her
What?
be like, I know it
Mhm.
was.
In her defense, what if it wasn't haunted? So she didn't sense anything. It was all just publicity.
She's very tapped into the spirit
Supernatural.
realm.
The spirit
Take-
realm.
Take her to
Mhm.
Tucson.
Oh.
Yeah,
See if she
Tucson.
can sense it.
Hey, babe, we're going to Tucson.
Yeah,
Wow, yeah, she probably couldn't even fathom
Mhm.
why.
Tucson's beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I've
mean,
been
this
there,
is the time of the
Tyson.
year to
I've
go.
been there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Okay.
is not yet. Wait a couple of days,
Almost.
then it will be the time to go. Yep.
All right. And also, we've got some updates from dentists.
Oh,
Dentists have
no.
weighed
Like, you
in.
mean their
What's the
opinions?
worst candy for Halloween?
anything that sticks to your teeth, right?
all
really
of it.
fills in
Bitto honey,
spaces.
still
Yeah.
Bitto honey.
Yeah, they don't seem to hate chocolate, but we've got the list of worst candies according to Dr. Priya Mistry, a dentist in Vancouver, Washington.
That dentist sounds haunted.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
Extremely hard candy is bad.
Oh yeah, that'll break teeth. I get that.
Well, and it just
Sticky-
sits there and festers.
Yeah, sticky caramel or toffee. If you're giving out toffee on like that's like the kind of stuff they would give out during the Salem witch trials at
Yeah.
Halloween.
Yeah,
I think.
exactly. You're like upgrade and update your candy. all
Here's
right?
your
Type
molasses
person.
hard candy.
Yeah.
I once
Dan-
pulled out a filling with a now and later. Those really chewy, but not
Ooh,
so
yeah.
chewy.
Yeah.
You have to be careful.
All right,
Ouch.
Danny. Sour candy.
Why?
Oh, probably
'Cause
just
it gives you
Warheads
canker
or
sores?
Sour
Eats the
Patch Kids. They have
enamel
high
out.
acid content.
just eats your enamel away.
Mm-hmm.
Chomp,
And
chomp,
then-
chomp.
Gummies.
I love
Oh
gummies.
no, I'm sorry, Danny.
They get stuck to your teeth, they say.
It's the best part.
Mm-hmm.
Lasts forever.
And last
They were
one,
just always there.
I mean, this tracks. Jawbreakers.
I thought they already
the
said
name
hard
said
candy.
all.
No, well, they got its own section.
Wow. Okay. So jawbreakers are at
Look
the
at those
bottom of the
jawbreakers.
list. Yeah, those big. Remember those big ones that you used to like lick the layers off of, and you'd set them aside, and they'd last for 4 weeks straight, and then who knows?
I used to get those for my kids.
Yeah,
and I'd find
those
them
exact
like months later. You're still working on this? It's the hardest thing they ever
so
worked
good.
on, though.
Yeah.
Choking hazard too.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Once they've whittled it down to something tiny.
Not even just lodging it in your throat at full size probably is the most.
They would try that at first, right? They just have it, they like be drooling out the sides of their mouth because they can't close their mouth, and just like trying to get it down. Like, it's going to take a while, so just maybe lick it until it's small enough.
Yeah, you
It's
got
collecting dust and hair. Those things are nightmares. This list, I could have made this list. I'm not even a dentist.
Not even a dentist.
It pretty much lists all candy. So I could have also made this
like,
list.
Maybe make a list of the candy that's good for your teeth. That'd be a short list.
Yeah. What candy is good for your teeth? That's honestly what we want to know. Do they have the list on there? Like,
I think chocolate seemed to not make the worst candies list. Yeah.
I'm going to write an article.
It has antioxidants and flavonoids.
Yes.
I'm a podcaster. Here are the 5 candies that are good for your teeth. And then they're all just chocolate candies.
Yeah. Top 5 candies that your dentist doesn't want you to know about. Local Provo podcaster discovered.
Yeah.
One
if you have to
simple
put your
trick.
credentials in the headline, I already hate your article.
Yeah, and then your name is like Dr. Extreme Mystery or whatever. There,
and you've got an online degree. Like,
from
you're
Trump
a dentist,
University,
I'm sure, from the University of Manitoba.
We're all dentists
online.
We're all dentists now.
I just don't like that. I hate it when they say I'm a whatever. I'm a
beautician.
I'm a dermatologist. These are the 5 things. It's like, I hate this article already, and I don't believe you. I don't know why. I've been primed not to believe anyone who starts an article with their credentials.
Yeah, and a list. If you're making a list, get out of my face, dude.
Get your list. BuzzFeed did that like 20 years ago. We're done with lists.
Yeah.
Let's just
top
move
3
on.
things to stay young at over 40. And you're like, sleep,
don't smoke,
exercise,
sleep,
and diet.
Exercise. You're like, I could write that list.
Yeah.
And I'm not even a doctor.
Can't believe I spent 15 minutes scrolling through ads, hitting next after each thing. Oh, they got me.
We're so mad because they do get us with their list. They're obviously very, very successful with their list.
Yeah. Top 5 cities to live in. Oh, I wonder if my city made it. Let me look through all
top
the
10 most haunted cities in the U.S.
Oh, man. Did my
top 5 least haunted cities in the U.S.?
I'm a paranormal investigator. These are the 5 hotels I would never visit.
Ooh, which one? I wonder if one of those is in my city.
Yeah, I do. And then I click on it. I'm like, of course they're not here.
Yeah, exactly. Top 3 Subway franchises to visit in your state.
I work at Subway. Here are the 3 sandwiches I would never order. Meatball sandwich. I already knew not to get the meatball sandwich. I stare at that steaming pot of meat and sauce, and no way. I wouldn't even put my hand in there.
Tuna's not number 1, Danny?
Oh, tuna's not even on the list. Why would I get tuna? No way.
Used to work at Starbucks, but now my NDA is expired.
Yeah, I used to be a barista. These are the 5 things I would never get.
I used to work at a hot soup bar.
Oh my gosh!
Don't eat at hot soup bars. That's a quick and easy list. Oh man!
All right, next list. Let's move on to the next list.
Hottest animated gals in showbiz. Number 1, Jessica Rabbit. Number 2, Jessica Rabbit.
You can't give the same person 2 spots on a list.
Well, who's the second hottest animated girl in showbiz?
Why didn't you tell me? Because I've already spent the last 5 years being told that Jessica Rabbit's like my ultimate crush. That's what you should be for Halloween, Tyson.
Jessica Rabbit.
Wow.
No,
Yeah.
I don't want you to have weird feelings for me, and then we can't go on adventures again.
It'd be too weird.
It would be too weird if you're like, yeah, and just bring your costume. And you're like,
Yeah,
"For
I'm
what?"
like, hey,
in case
Tyson,
there's
let's go.
in case there's a costume party
Just
on the
bring that-
hike.
That the Halloween costume.
Yeah.
You
Give me
were.
that
I
red
don't even know,
dress.
what was it again? Yeah.
I don't remember who you were. It was like red, and there was like
It's
some
gonna be perfect
shoes
for
with it.
mediocre amateur. Bring it along.
Yeah,
if
you're
you
going to
could.
look really good in it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Really accentuated your legs.
Yeah, I'll bring it, Danny. I'll bring it.
All right, thank you.
One of the things that we've talked about many times over the years, besides Jessica Rabbit, smart toilets. When are the
Yeah.
smart toilets going to be here?
I haven't
okay?
seen one ever
I've
All
seen
right.
a smart toilet, but they have too many buttons for me to even interact
in
with.
Japanese.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
Like,
well,
I'm just
not to
gonna
get
fill you with
confused with a
poop and then flush
bidet,
ya.
because the bidets are out there, but this is the smart toilet, and the killer app here is that this smart toilet made by a Texas startup named Throne has a camera on it.
Mhm.
No, so many toilets have cameras on them.
Yes,
This one is just one you know about.
a downward facing camera,
Oh, okay.
which will
To look at your poop.
take photos of your stool after, and then upload them to the cloud, and then get some info on what you're leaving behind.
Nope.
I had a friend send me a picture of his poo once. Looked very healthy, but
It
was
wasn't
very
me
disturbing.
too. I know that the way Danny said that, he kind of alluded to it.
It
maybe
wasn't
being
you.
me,
It
but
wasn't you. It was
me.
someone else. And
was it?
I was not. I'm not going to say Tyson,
Nick
but I was not
Coleman.
expecting it.
It
I'm
was
not a
Nick
doctor.
Coleman.
No, of course not.
Yeah,
I'm not a doctor, but I can tell you, it looked unhealthy. But again, what do I know? I'm not a doctor. So
yeah. I'm a
Podcaster.
gastroenterologist.
Yeah.
These are the 5 pictures I would never send somebody.
Can you imagine that being your job? So you're just like, it's like worse than the people who have
Oh
to
my
watch
gosh.
YouTube videos to see
Yeah.
if they're appropriate for YouTube.
a poop
It's just like
moderator
a poop
Mhm.
moderator.
sitting in a windowless building in the Philippines, just scrolling.
I think
through
there's a lot of
pictures
AI
poo.
involved. Okay, because
Yeah.
so you use this toilet, and then you get text messages from the toilet. Things like this. This is a text message you might receive. It comes from poop. It says, "Yo, are you sure you're drinking enough water? SOS." First off, who programmed the personality of this poop?
Yeah. I don't want a hip.
So informal.
Yeah.
Yo, are you sure you're drinking enough water?
You're not my friend.
SOS.
Yeah, I
You're
don't
my
like
poop
this
analyst.
at all. Yeah, not for me.
Don't leave your body's messages on red, they tell you at Throne.
Yeah, could you imagine someone's using your phone and the poop texts you like, "Hey, dude, did you just go to PF Chang's, bro?"
Mhm.
Oh, come on. And it shows your friend a picture. Does it send you a picture of your own poo, or is it just a
I don't think it
critique?
sends you a picture of your
Oh,
own poop.
oh,
It
thank
just
goodness.
seems like it's text only.
Yeah, I don't need this in my life. I
Mhm.
don't need more text messages from AIs, especially not
Yeah.
about poop. I want an in-depth analysis of my poop with actual physician wording,
Mhm.
right?
It's not just poop. I guess it's also monitoring your urine.
Oh, I know what it'll tell me with my urine. You need to
Mhm.
drink
Brown.
more water and less Coke.
Urine should not be brown.
Please do not dump Coke syrup into the toilet. It is for urine only.
Yeah.
I have to change the parameters of the analysis. Be like, that is my urine. That's not Coke syrup.
So here's the thing. Like, sure, I'm sure your poop can tell you many things, but wouldn't a super high res photo of your actual butthole tell you health things too? Like the
Oh.
camera pointed a different direction, analyzing that probably tells you stuff.
I was watching this show on Netflix about a cult in France, and one of the first things the cult leader had you do was take a mirror and have a good look at your anus.
Are you sure that's not a religion?
Well, it was religion for UFOs. It was a UFO
Okay.
religion.
And why do you have
But
to look at the star map from the butthole?
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Star chart.
I don't know if people learned anything, but it probably definitely broke you down as a human.
Well, you have to see if you've been probed.
They didn't say that in the
Is
documentary.
there any evidence of the alien probe?
I think
Does
it's
it
just
leave
our
a
own.
mark?
I think like it's just the star chart based on the placement of
You
your
compare
beehole.
it to the Milky Way, and you can
Yeah.
find the 5
Mm.
stars where extraterrestrials live.
Correct.
So I don't want to see a picture of that ever.
The South Star.
Right. So I would rather get a picture of my poop, Tyson. I'm not with you on that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying
no,
that I
you
would
said
prefer.
you wanted a high res shot.
I said there's
your
probably
beehole.
some health input you could get from someone analyzing that.
Like, yeah, any part of your body analyzed closely could probably tell you something.
There you go.
Yeah. And Tyson, if you set up an OnlyFans, there's lots of people that are willing to provide that service to you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And this is how it works. That it's not a actual toilet. It's sort of like a device you just clip on the toilet.
I saw that to the side of the toilet.
Which is weird because then you have guests come in and they're like, "Oh, geez, this guy's
what's this camera for?"
Yeah, people take pictures of their poop
totally
in here.
norm and chill. Just go use it. Just use it.
I'll get a text about how healthy you are in a couple minutes.
I promise you, the camera is pointed down, so don't worry about that.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, tell your Airbnb guests it's fine.
Oh yeah, definitely put that in the description. Poop analysis free.
All right, and then a Wisconsin pizzeria, again, I don't know if this was done with toilet camera information. It turned out that this pizzeria was getting the people, its customers, high after they served them pizzas contaminated with THC.
Oh, okay.
That was at Famous Yeti's Pizza.
How do you accidentally contaminate a pizza with THC?
So that they had used dough that was mistakenly prepared with Delta-9 contaminated oil. I believe, from what I hear, Delta-9 is like a synthetic THC.
Jeez. Sounds like a strike force within the army.
Oil.
No, it definitely strike forces all of your basic. Yeah.
And they say that this oil was accidentally from a shared storage space with the on-site cooperative commercial kitchen. They said it was an accident.
I was having a hard time believing the accident angle, but that's pretty good.
Yeah, but I mean, this is like you serve these people. First off, maybe a lot of the customers already had been infected with the THC.
Yeah.
But then it's like, are they calling back and getting more pizzas?
Because they're so
spike?
Hungry.
Yeah.
They're so munchied.
Can I get more of that Delta-9? What a cool name.
Yeah, the pizza's called the Delta-9, and they're saying it's an accident.
Well, no, but the Delta-9 add-on, you could add onions, green peppers.
It was only $9.
Delta-9.
Yeah, at Famous Yeti's Pizza, according to their Facebook group. So I'm looking at this comment on the Facebook page, and then people are one of the most popular comments is it too late to get me one of those pizzas?
Yeah, that makes sense.
They inadvertently came up with the greatest business model of all time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All the comments are very positive. Yeah. People are like, I'm coming back.
It was a beautiful accident.
Yeah. So, all right. Maybe, don't take the kids, but Famous Yeti's Pizza. By the way, is that a good name for a pizza place? Famous Yeti's Pizza.
That sounds like a pizza place.
Yeah. Famous Eddie's is already taken, so Famous Yeti's is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it.
I'm hungry.
Dude, I would eat a pizza right now, and it's like 10 in the morning.
Me too.
All right. Then I have one other story about a Japanese town that they have had a real decrease in population.
Ooh, have they been monitoring each other's poops?
No. But what they decided to do was decorate the town with a bunch of like scarecrows and puppets and dolls.
Oh yeah, that's not scary at all. Excuse me, sir. Can you give me some directions? And then you get closer, and it's just a doll.
This makes people want to procreate faster and harder.
I think it makes them feel less lonely.
Oh
no, dolls never. I can't.
That makes me feel more lonely. Like you're standing there, and you're like,
I'd get the
"Hey,
hell
what time
out
does
sooner.
you're not real." What time does the bus get here? Oh no. Oh no.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah,
Oh,
ma'am.
your legs are missing. I didn't notice. I'm so
You
sorry.
touch her back and her head falls off.
Yeah.
This is the beginning of so many horror movies.
There's not a lot of jobs there. So a lot of the younger people have moved away for jobs or go to school. So it's a lot of older folks, and they remember what it was like way back when.
Okay, this is scary. The playground with the weird looking child-sized dolls on the playground.
Yeah. And now this doll has a doll.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, if you were ever trying to make an advertisement to thwart tourism, this is a good one.
This is it.
Yeah.
I bet
is
property
this the most
values
haunted place in Japan?
No, but they want it to be. They're trying.
They're trying. It's headed there.
It's a tourist attraction to go come see the dolls.
I would definitely buy property here because I bet it is at an all-time low.
Mm-hmm.
The kid on the bike, or should I say,
they have
on
one.
The bike?
Well, they have one kid.
Mm-hmm.
They have one child in the whole town.
In the whole town.
I saw that. I saw it. No,
Yeah.
I saw that picture. They're like, he's the most prized possession of the whole town.
Yes.
Probably.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Can you imagine moving to a town where everybody loved your kid?
Look at this one. Look at this one picture of them pulling the wagon. It's a whole family of dolls.
Okay, I was gonna say, well, what's this one first? Is this like
They're
the
gardening.
school? Yeah. Is this?
It does look beautiful there. Like
looks nice.
Nice and green
This
and
what you
I
want?
haven't seen a wide shot. That's always a bad sign. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Doll town. I bet the restaurants are awful there, but at least they're child free.
Yeah, for now.
Right? Now's the time to go here and eat. You won't have any
Go
children
here.
in the restaurant.
Yeah, there's no kids making noise except for this one.
Do you think
no
it's
laughter?
All the food is catered to super old people though?
Oh,
So
gross.
no flavor.
Mm-hmm.
5 stars on Yelp. You roll in and it's just like,
This is the saddest town.
yeah.
This
Yeah,
is so
maybe.
sad. Like the town, they should rename it the town of no laughter or joy.
What they should do is
How
the
do you say
same
that in
thing that those European cities were doing, where they're like, you can have a house for $1 if
They
you
do
promise.
that. I've seen so many articles. I'm an influencer. Here are the 5 things I learned remodeling my $1 Japanese house.
Oh, okay.
So many of those articles.
Yeah. Would you move to Japan with your family?
You know what? I liked skiing there. I might consider it.
And get dolls.
I wouldn't
Get
be
some-
opposed to moving to Japan with my family.
First thing I'm doing is getting rid of these dolls. Like,
Mm.
You know, you have to have a doll on your front. Dude, it's the only thing that thwarts. There's no locks. You just need a
wolves
doll.
and
on
bears. We
Yeah.
did read about that new like mobile anti-wolf or bear thing they have in these places.
What's
Because
that?
the wildlife, we talked about it a couple of months ago. The wildlife, because there's no people, they're slowly encroaching upon civilized. So they had to create this mechanized anti-bear. I think it was.
There's
thing that just
bears in
roamed around.
Japan.
It was either bear or wolf. It was a predator that
I don't think
the
there's
robot
bears or
thwarted.
wolves in Japan.
Oh, Tyson, come on. I'm looking it up right now.
Bear-
This was one of the stories I talked
Bears
about.
in
Japan.
Japan.
Yeah,
Yes,
Japanese
Japan
black
is home
bear.
to 2 types of bear: Asian black bears and brown bears. Oh, dang, that's cool.
Kaboom.
Okay.
But the dolls help scare them away too.
All right, Danny, are you ready to take us to your bolt hole where there are no bears?
No, there's no bears.
No.
So don't
There's
be afraid.
not?
No,
Okay.
don't be afraid. Take my hand.
All right, here we go. The world famous Danny Bryson bolt hole.
Welcome to my bolt hole. I think you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna feel you belong.
Yeah.
Nocturnal emission.
I saw this article about when Gen Z believes that adulthood begins.
When does it begin?
And I was like, oh, I'm curious about this. So I clicked on the article and there was a paywall. And I'm like, I will get around this paywall by searching for similar
By
articles.
paying.
Yes.
I will find the root of the information. And
Is that
so
the
I
hack to get around the paywall, Tyson?
Yeah,
you just type in your credit card number.
Yep. You're typing your parents' credit card number.
Mhm.
the door will open. So I looked for, similar articles and I actually found one. And it's an intriguing thought. Like, when do you guys think adulthood begins? Is it a actual age? Is it a moment? Is it a lifestyle? Like, when does it begin?
Let's see. I'm going to guess. Are we guessing what the article said, or are we guessing?
No, what
We're
you
just saying
feel?
it fully depends on how much help you have from your
Right, there's
parents
so
and continued support. That's
much
really
that goes
literally
into
it.
it.
Because
So Tyson's
Danny's
saying-
still not quite an adult.
No, I've never been an adult. So Tyson's saying that adulthood begins when you finally set out on your own. That's what it sounds
When
like,
you're
right,
making
Tyson?
it on your own.
Making it on your own.
Or at
Okay.
least trying to. Like, I don't know. I think probably I became more of an adult when I moved to Europe, probably at like 21, 22.
Yeah.
And maybe a full-blown adult maybe at like 28.
That's 56% of people agree with Tyson, that it
28?
has to do with financial kind of independence or paying your own bills. That's a big part of it.
Yeah.
But Rob, what do you think? When does adulthood?
I'm
when
going
do you
to
begin
guess
adulting?
they're going to say 30.
Close. I would say that I noticed in myself a sense of aging at around 26. Like,
A
honestly,
sense of
that's-
aging.
like, man, I'm too old to do this. That's when you start to say, I'm too old to do this. And most people said that they feel it's around 27 is the age. But in terms of like financial independence, actual adulting, I feel like maybe never happens for some people. Maybe is in the 30s for others. I mean, we all know people older than us who have definitely not.
I think the
become
main
adults.
shift in me as an adult was when I was like, ooh, I got to plan for the future for my family and for even myself. And so, yeah. And that probably came at closer to like early 30s when I was like, I should try to save money, make my money work for me, and maybe try to amass a small fortune somehow.
I feel like there's a small part of you, almost everyone, except for those who are hardcore cosplaying adults with their business suits and their Bentleys. Like, those people are deep into adulthood, right?
Yeah.
Pretending like they're adults.
The
But I
guys
think
that
there's
are tweeting at 19 and being like, if you're not a millionaire
the
by 14,
the guys that at lunch you hear them discussing on their table that are sweet deals that they're working on.
Their
Those people are
stocks and their
pretending
crypto.
to be adulting. But I think that there's ultimately always a small percentage of us that never really feels like an adult, right? There's always like this little section of us. Only those people that pretend really hard to be adults. And some of them do a good job. You're like, that's an adult. That's a grown person.
Yeah.
But in this day and age, it seems like you could go through your whole life without ever fully transitioning to an adult. And I just thought it was a fascinating question because I think like it used to be like you were an adult pretty quick because you only lived till you were like 40. So like probably the first battle you fought probably turned you into an adult pretty quick. But now you can kind of like just lazily go through it.
I think at the point that you do not have like a safety net, you're sort of like responsible on your own for your own well-being. I think that that's the point that you become an adult. I think that point has also been pushed back further and further. Like,
probably
I think
ties
that, like,
in. Go ahead, Rob.
As I say, like probably like when like, you know, my parents' age were probably like, hey, you're 18, you're out of the house, you're on your own, like, go find a job, like I'll never hear from you again if you don't, you know. I think that and that has been sort of like just pushed back further and further to the point where like my wife is like you know, doesn't ever want my children to leave the house.
Yeah, there's a good chance my kids will never become adults. Liz in a similar way does not want them to become adults.
Right.
I think you become an adult when your stress is redlined. We talked about that stress thing. Like, I think stress, once you start to carry that weight of like managing your life solo, that's when that happens. But it'll be interesting. Maybe pretty soon we'll have just like infant babies constantly being taken care of by robots. No need to grow up.
Ever.
Once we can mine that giant asteroid and everybody's a trillionaire and we all have like android servants taking care of our all our needs, and we're just on our mobility scooters or in our sim suits all day long.
So you're thinking that like in the future, the children of humanity will be like the McDonald's chickens where they're so plump they can't even walk?
Yeah, they're
because
just
the
hooked up to all these
robots are
machines.
just The robots
I
are
think
just
it's
taking care
more
of 'em?
likely the robots are going to be there to take care of all of the olds, and then the parents will have more time to like obsess over every action that the children have as they like want to keep them in the bubble of the parents for as long as possible.
Yeah,
And then it's like,
changing.
I don't care about my parents. Like, robot take care of them, but I'm here to like, make sure my children never become adults.
Yeah.
There we go. The study, they need to do it every 10 years. They'll probably find the age getting further and further up there.
But I think part of the play as an adult, as a parent, making sure your children never become adults is that they will be present when you're super old. So it's like,
because they live in your basement.
Yeah, because they live in your basement. You're like, I just need you to come up 4 times a day and change my diapers and put applesauce in my mouth.
Like, oh my God, you're so annoying.
Yeah, I'm playing Fortnite. I'm playing Fortnite right now.
Don't we have the robot to take care of you?
Where's my porn, Dad? I had to throw it away. Taking up too much space in the garage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy grew up.
I blacklisted all the sites on the router. Okay.
Well,
all right.
There you go. Something guys.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about what our artwork should be for this episode.
Lice standing in line to get on an airplane.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Let's see.
Gate,
I've never seen
literal gate lice.
Okay. Lice.
Yeah.
Lining up to board an airplane.
Yes.
This should be interesting.
Okay. Danny, do you have any Halloween plans?
Oh, well, Halloween is not my holiday, so I'll be doing whatever I'm told. Driving people
holiday?
around.
Danny Bryson Day.
No, I mean, it's not like I can't do anything on Halloween. I'm at everybody else's disposal.
Yeah.
Most of the night I spend driving people to and from the good neighborhoods, as they would say,
where
they
giving
give
away the full-size candy
That's
bars.
right. And then I'm driving around in fear of striking children down with my car, and running around with no cares in the world, crossing streets.
Sure.
And now you add Surons into the mix, scooters, motorcycles. It's guaranteed to be an exciting evening of close calls and full-size candy.
Yeah. I didn't even think about all that stuff.
Right?
Yep. That's right.
So that's what I'll be doing, Rob.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do we have? I don't see a smile on your face.
Yeah, I feel like
dang it, no smiles.
There's only one picture of anything that resembles a bug, but I don't even know if this is what lice look like. Okay,
Let's
here
see.
I'll show you what we've come up with, and so we have just like there's people.
No.
Even AI recognize what gate lice is.
Yeah, so.
Those people are all well organized.
Yeah, all people, and then this is like
this is gross. No,
I don't know
what about
those lice.
What about large lice?
Insect humans
sitting on an airplane.
But is that at the gate?
No, they can be on the airplane. They're still gate lice. Are they not gate lice?
I understand
on the
gate
airplane?
though. It does seem to know what a gate is.
Insect humans waiting to board the airplane. I'll do insect humans on a plane. Let both of those things cook.
Yeah, let them bake.
Okay. All right. Tyson, what about for you?
Yeah, there's a couple neighborhoods here that just like I think it's part of their HOA to just shut the roads down. So they actually gate off the roads. So everybody's just like, looks like an 80s movie where everybody's just walking all over the roads without a care in the world on Halloween, which is fun. And then every house kind of goes full bore in their own way, which is, also fun. It's cool because my kids don't have never really cared about amassing a large fortune of candy. We just kind of go until we're like, and we're done. And they're like, okay, that's fine. Don't eat any of my candy. And then after 3 days of them not even remembering they have it, I eat all of their candy. So
you put it in one big blob and melt it, and then just
oh my god,
I have to, and it's for the health and benefit of my kids. It's like I don't want their teeth to be bad, so let me eat all these Sour Patch Kids.
Okay, all right. So I got some photos to show you. Okay. All right. Here's
a little joy. Yes, I like that.
some insect humans on a plane. Look at this, such an interesting plane of like, there's an aisle like on this.
It's very cool.
Yeah, I like this design. There's a woman that's just like standing and looking out the window.
Yeah, an aisle on both sides.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
You get these folks sort of like look like hazmat suits more than insect humans. I feel like
I don't mind it.
And then you have also, let's see, we got these.
Yeah,
these
I think
folks,
humans are so much more organized than they really are.
Yeah, insect humans in the hazmat suit.
Yep. I like that first one you showed us. Oh, what about that guy?
Yeah.
That one's okay. I like the one
in front of him.
Yeah. A nest or a tarantula. I like that when you're hovering.
This gate lice.
Yeah, I like that one the best because it's all gate lice in every seat.
Mm-hmm.
The human has to sit or stand.
The human is serving them because the human is the one that's calling them the gate lice.
Mm-hmm.
She's the problem.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. All right. So
what about you,
then,
Rob?
Yeah, for me, got all of the Survivor stuff. Watch a cool movie on Nothing But Netflix this week called Don't Move. A little bit of a thriller and about a woman who is kind of been got a little bit of an abduction going on. Mm-hmm. She's then jabbed with a paralytic for the whole movie.
So she can't move.
She can't move. Yeah.
Yep.
So
that makes sense. I guess that's why they probably called it that.
Don't Move. Yeah. A little bit of a thriller. So
did it thrill you?
It was gripping.
Okay.
It was like, I didn't want to turn it off for an hour and a half. So that's pretty good for a Netflix movie.
That's a good sign. Yeah.
That is a good sign.
Yeah. And then we'll be back together on Election Day, believe it or not.
Ooh, the election special.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're not. It's just all election news all day long.
I already ordered a bunch of I voted stickers from Amazon.
Yeah, and if there's enough evidence from the polls, maybe we'll call it for the 47th president of the United States on News AF. But otherwise, we're projecting too close to call.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
And
thank you so much.
And annoyed by everyone.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.
We did it, guys.